Hey everybody, welcome back to another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today, Carolina basketball. The Tar Heels visit Virginia Tech Tuesday night, next to last game of the regular season. Then, of course, Saturday, the Blue Devils roll into town, but we're not going to go there right now because that doesn't matter at all. Unless the Tar Heels, well, it matters a little bit if they don't, but it will matter a tremendous amount if the Tar Heels take care of business at Calusol Coliseum, a place they have lost 3 of their last 4 trips up there. Before I get into that, super quick reminder, we're looking to get to 12,000 Facebook followers by the end of the basketball season. We're over 10 now. What you need to do is just go there and follow us. Go there and follow us on Facebook, and you will enter into a pool of candidates to win free 1-year subscriptions to Tar Heel Illustrated. On YouTube, we're looking to hit 20,000 subscribers, which doesn't cost anything, by the end of basketball season. We're just about at 19,000. You will enter into a pool of people to win free THI. In fact, 2 people are going to get 2 years of THI. And then on Twitter, we're lagging a little bit further behind there. We're shooting for 40,000 followers on Twitter/X by probably the end of March, maybe the end of spring football. We'll probably push that back some. But if you do sign up now, go ahead and follow us now. You will enter into a pool of candidates to win free THI. So we want to give away a lot of free THI, but we got to hit those goals on Facebook, Twitter/X, and on YouTube. You can help us get there, and you can also win free THI. And if you were on there today, Monday, you would see my breakdown comparing Carolina with similar resumes, teams with similar resumes, the last few NCAA tournaments, who got in, who didn't, and with the ones that got in, what did they do when they got into the tournament? It'll help give you a fuller perspective of where the Tar Heels stand right now. And that's one of the things I want to get into. Tuesday night, Virginia Tech. This is not a very good basketball team, but in today's ACC, they're actually 8-10 in league play, which historically would put them on the bubble, the NCAA tournament. But the Hokies are 13-16. They don't have any good wins this year. No good wins. 13-16. They're 0-7 against ACC teams that are 500 or better in conference play. That includes Georgia Tech, who's 9-9. There's only 8 teams that are 500 or better. They've played 7 of them and lost all 7 by an average of 10.9 points. The 8th team with the 500 or better record in the league, and the one they haven't played, are the Tar Heels, and they'll be in there Tuesday night. The Hokies are 8-3 against ACC teams with losing league records, so they fattened up on those guys, although if you watch them in Chestnut Hill a couple weeks ago, it's hard to watch that game and imagine how Virginia Tech has beaten anybody. That was one of the most grotesque performances I've seen in years. The other thing, too, they're 0-4 against power conference teams outside the ACC. Lost to Penn State by 22, lost to Michigan by 12, South Carolina by 10, Vanderbilt by 16. This has not been a competitive team against good competition. But that's kind of something that Carolina fans shouldn't go into the game thinking, they're going to roll over them. And the players shouldn't either. It's still a dangerous team, in part because it's Castle Coliseum. It should be a good crowd, always is when Carolina's there. They got nothing much to play for. So this could really, really give the season a jolt. There are reports coming out that Mike Young will be back next year as head coach. A little surprised about that, but then again, maybe not, because he's had a couple of good years. It's just a really, really down year. And they're going to give him more NIL money to spend in the portal. So maybe that kind of news coming out will revitalize this team and have them playing at a very high level. Hubert Davis said that they're very concerned about how methodical and efficient the Hokies can be offensively. Yeah, but their defensive numbers, not as bad as Miami's, are still horrible. Not a very good defensive team. The Tar Heels should be able to score. The question is, will the Tar Heels be motivated to play at an exceptionally high level defensively to keep the Hokies from staying in the game? And with Duke up next, the challenge to this club is not getting caught looking ahead. There are still mental challenges for this team to hurdle. They've won 5 in a row, but they played 30 games, which means the first 25 was a freaking hodgepodge. You didn't really know what you were going to get. And quite frankly, we're still not 100% sure what we will see from the Tar Heels whenever they take the court. And I think this game in Blacksburg is a perfect example of that. The danger of going up there, they haven't played there in 27 months, by the way. They played at Virginia Tech the day after losing to Clemson in the ACC football championship game. And then last year, the Hokies came to Chapel Hill. Carolina didn't go there, and now they're playing them at the end of the conference season. So it's been 27 months since the Tar Heels have been there. But it wasn't a pretty sight when they were there last time. Obviously, that was a better Virginia Tech team, no doubt about it. But this is still a flawed Carolina team. This is still a Carolina team that I don't think is fully entrenched in being who they are moving forward. I think they're close. I think they understand what they need to be and what they generally are. Hubert Davis said during the ACC coaches call Monday morning, he believes everybody is settled into their roles. They all kind of know who they are and what they're supposed to be, really 1 through 9, with Kate Tyson being 9. Perhaps, but those roles are not 100% fortified yet. This is the kind of game that can help fortify them as much as can be, given the circumstances, before Duke comes to town. So if the Tar Heels want to make Duke matter a ton in a win in Blacksburg, and a win Saturday at home over Duke, and this team is likely in the NCAA tournament, probably Dayton, but likely in the NCAA tournament. A loss in Blacksburg and a win over Duke will help, but the Heels are going to have to win out in Charlotte. There's just no room for error. And when you look at the recent history of teams with their resume, most don't get in, as I laid out on our site, and you would have access to all those numbers and every possible example if you were a premium subscriber, which is just $8.33 a month, or you can win freebies by signing up follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter /X, and to subscribe for free right here on YouTube. So Heels at Hokies. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Heels are going to have to fight through some mental stuff because Duke's coming to town, because the Heels have won 5 in a row and they still haven't proven they can live rich. And also the Hokies are going to play as if their hair is on fire. So I think that's actually the kind of test the Heels need going into Saturday's game. And if they win, it's 6 in a row, and Saturday will be enormous, absolutely enormous. I'm not here to talk about whether or not they win that game. So don't comment laughing that I'm talking about them possibly beating Duke. I'm just laying out scenarios right now. That game will matter a whole lot more if the Heels take care of business in Castle Coliseum. If you're excited about the opportunity for Carolina to win a 6th consecutive game, go ahead and click like on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You enter into that pool of candidates to win free THI. Tell all of your Carolina friends that we're here. Not everybody knows we're here that loves Carolina. Let them know we're here. Have them come sign up, and maybe they can win free THI. And go over to our Facebook page, which is Tar Heel Illustrated. Go over to Twitter /X. And that's at Heel Illustrated. No S in the middle there. At Heel Illustrated. Go ahead and follow us, and you could win free THI. I'm looking forward to heading up to Blacksburg. Always an interesting atmosphere up there. I'm AJ, and I'll see you guys later.